Hello, sailors. Welcome back. Right, as we all know, sailing in strong winds is great fun. I love sailing in strong winds. Also love coaching it because I think you can really challenge yourself and challenge the people you're coaching to not only physically but also psychologically to deal with a bit of fear and really push themselves. And I think sailing, you can do that without a lot of danger. It's great. However, when you're sailing in strong winds, you do capsize sometimes. Capsizing is fine, it's great, but if you're spending ages upside down and using up all your energy, you're doing it wrong. And I see it so often. People capsizing, absolutely fine, nothing wrong with that. But then not knowing how to get the boat upright properly and spending a lot of energy and a lot of time recovering. So in this one, I'm going to look at two common mistakes I see with capsizing. The first is a fairly basic one. So if your boat is inverted, which way do you pull it up? And the second is what happens when you death roll. And I very rarely see people do the right thing. I see people do the wrong thing a lot of time and waste 5 even more minutes than that. If it's done right, you can be up and sailing again in 15-20 seconds, promise you. Okay, so watch on. Hopefully there's something new to learn from this. I must point out in this video, we're going to be looking at boats that have turned all the way upside down. If you only ever sail in a venue that you can't do that, such as Crawley Mariners, very shallow, this isn't the video for you. I'll do some more videos about capsizing that will help you in the future. Maybe wait for those though. The first tip is to do with just which way you pull your boat upright. So if your boat is inverted like this, what you should do is pull it up so your back is into the wind. You can see this boat here, we've got the sailor pulling the boat up, wind behind. What that will mean is as your boat comes up, the sail should flap freely, up it comes. If you're struggling with that, just make sure your kicker is let off. As long as your kicker's loose, it should come up quite easily. You can climb in, you're on the right side of the boat, off you go again. Wasn't that quick? What I often see is this really common mistake, people pulling the boat up the wrong way with the sail pointing into the wind. So here we can see that the boat is capsized on a run, the sail is still out, and it just doesn't want to come up any further. Or if the sail is in the water, it'll come up part of the way and just flip all the way over and capsize again. And before you know it, you're exhausted. Right, so this sailor, they're going very slowly. Actually, luckily, the boat is spinning around. And eventually, now it's in the right place. And he's pulling it up. Wouldn't that have been quicker if he'd just pulled it up the right way in the first place? It would have saved a lot of time. Right, my next tip is something that, as I said earlier, I really see a lot, and please don't do this, is when the boat capsizes to windward on a run. So in England, we call it a death roll. I prefer death by chocolate roll. Don't know what you call it in other parts of the world. Maybe let me know in the comments. It tends to be a way that you get wet very quickly. And when it does happen, because the boat is going over with momentum and the sail is on its side, it tends to invert very quickly. Generally, when you do capsize to windward on a run or death roll, what will happen is if you try to pull it back up the way it capsized, the sail will be stuck in the air and it is a real pain. If you get it upright, which is hard, you'll find the boat will probably capsize again on you. So maybe a bit counterintuitive, and definitely don't do this if you sail somewhere where the water's shallow, is actually to cause the boat to invert. Don't try to save it, just invert it all the way and then straight away try to pull it up. So you do a capsize and the boat goes 360 vertically, horizontally, which one's that? So the sail goes all the way underwater, pops up the other way. And when it's done properly, and I know I've done it in a race, you can seriously do it in under sort of 15 seconds. So here we've got a couple of sailors are practicing this. This is sort of a light wind game. How quickly could they do it? Inverting the boat and then pulling it back up again. And this lad in the top doing a fantastic job. If any coaches out there, really good game for light winds. Again, providing you're somewhere deep. We did a sort of musical chairs game. So the last person to right their boat was out. Next round, go again, everyone. Last person out. So this lad was at the end of doing it 13 times, I think, and was absolutely exhausted, and still managed to do it in, well, not long at all. So great. Okay, so basically just remember those things, and if you do capsize to windward, great. It's a chance to practice it. Get good at this, and you will save a lot of energy as well as a lot of time. If this has been useful, give me a thumbs up. Yep, any comments, write them down below, and as always, really like it if you subscribe. Keeps me entertained. All right, thanks very much. Bye.